Good morning, everybody. How you doing? I'm Sean Lutz, coming to you from my home studio here in Dallas, Texas. Today is October 26, 2025. This is going to be episode number 4, Davior, from See the Light Studios, Detroit Red Wings NHL update. Let's just jump right into it, folks. Man, what a night at Little Caesars Arena. Here we are coming back off of a 2-game stinker on the road. Nothing's going right, folks. Let's just start this off the bat. There's a lot of goals, a lot of things happened last night. Anyway, crowd's amped up, looking to see if we can change our fate. Bam-o! 7 minutes and 43 seconds in, we're down 1-0. A few minutes later, Neighbors nets his first of the evening. We're down 2-0. First period, it's not looking good, folks. We were not playing good hockey. But it is what it is. After the first period, we're down by 2 at St. Louis. Doesn't get any better starting the second period, folks. Here we go early. Simon Evanson takes a penalty. Number 77 in the box. Bam-o! We're down 3-0, folks. 3-0 early. We're playing on a couple minutes later. These are pretty quick goals together. Bam-o! Neighbors nets his second. 4 straight unanswered goals by the St. Louis Blues. This time, we're down early in the second period by 4 goals. 4 unanswered goals straight. Todd McClellan takes a timeout. I don't know if he can say anything at this point, but we're giving odd man rushes. We're puck watching. We're looking like the dead things. But you play forward, right? What you always want to do when you're slumping is look for something positive. Just get the next goal. Anything can happen. Take it one step at a time. And that's what we're going to try to do. So a few minutes later, we're down by 4. Second period. 7:52 mark. We get a power play. Hey, this is something we can work on. Bam-o! Johnny Bergs. Berggren gets us on the board 4-1. Sparking could be a comeback. It wasn't looking good, man. We were starting to put a little bit of press there, but we weren't doing much. And I was thinking, man, here we go. 4-1 heading into the third period. Let's see if we can build off that and get a goal. At least not give up anymore. But nonetheless, finally the NHL gods smiled down upon us and let some other team commit a cardinal sin and give up some late period goals. That's what St. Louis did. Two late second period goals. Finney, 1834 mark, nets his 4th. Rookie, way to go. Let's see if we can keep getting him some points and up there for the Rookie of the Year award, eh? That'd be nice. Anyway, the cardinal sin goal for St. Louis, bam-o! JT Comper, 1901 mark, folks. This is a staging our comeback. This 3 unanswered peeled by the Detroit Red Wings. We're heading into the third period with 4-3. It's 4-3, man. I think we're heading into the room there feeling pretty decent. Again, make note, I'm not listening to Ken and Mickey or any of the coverage, so I don't know what they're saying. But I'm pretty sure they were talking about how they were feeling good about themselves heading into the room, battling back 1 goal at a time. But anyway, that's going to bring us into the third period. Here we are, down 4-3. Man, here we go. Who's the guy we're wanting to get off the snide? He's still playing pretty good hockey. He's getting plenty of opportunities. Alex DeBrincat. Bam-o! Finally, nets his twisted wrister. Nice move coming in there, delaying a little bit, coming into the slot, letting it fly. Bam! Hits the back of the net. What a sweet little quick release shot there by DeBrincat. That's what he's known for. Hey, man, he's off. I think the floodgates are going to open up for that guy because look at the opportunities and the scoring chances. And by the way, I can't remember the guy's name, but I listened to his commentary early on the stats guy. I think he did a phenomenal job there. breaking it down on stats and all that. That guy was pretty cool. I want to see more of that stuff. But anyway, he's off his nod. It's knotted up at 4. The Wings are doing a comeback. Hey, what's going to happen? Can we pull it off? I don't know, but we needed to change this around, and we changed it around. Here we go, folks. And I've been bragging on this guy and biting my tongue on Simon Edvinsson. He just hasn't been playing good, and I got to keep reminding myself, hey, he's only 22, 23 years old. But he's been getting beat like a rented mule, taking penalties at the wrong time, but he's a kid, and I got to keep reminding myself I don't want to tear him a new asshole. But number 77, deflection on a wrist shot from the point. Bam! Wings take a 5-4 lead. Unbelievable. We gave up 4 unanswered. Bam! St. Louis gives up 5 unanswered. Detroit Red Wings taking that lead 5-4. What's going to happen, man? Is St. Louis going to push? They pushed. But what I was really impressed with is the shift after the goal. We didn't let up off the gas. We had some opportunities. I mean, we could have easily scored a couple more goals there. We were pressing, and St. Louis started their push, and we were defending pretty good, But hey, we were able to head on. And who's the other guy? The guy that I've been trying to rag on. I'm trying to bite my tongue on from ragging on, who put us in the head, got the game winner from that deflection wrist shot. Simon Edvinsson. He's playing in the closing minutes, man. Showing some confidence in the kid. Puck goes in the corner. He goes goal line to goal line. Empty St. Louis net with the extra attacker. Just goal line to goal line in the empty net. Seals the deal for the Detroit Red Wings. We win 6-4. The slump is over. Second of the back-to-back moves into St. Louis next week. We'll talk about that here in a bit. But man, what a night at Little Caesars Arena. We got over our slump. It's over. It's looking good. And we're not going to be playing in front of our hometown crowd with this long road trip coming up, and think it's until like November 7th, the Friday. We're on a long road trip coming up. But hey, we got to feel good about our game. We got, Simon Edvinsson, hopefully he gets some confidence and he can improve his game. He's on the board. He's got 2. Let's hope that changes. And then DeBrincat, I'm not, I was never worried about him. He's getting plenty of opportunities. And, sometimes as soon as you get that one in, the floodgates open. Let's hope that's what happens. I think he's been playing good hockey. He's getting opportunities. And the guy with that kind of skill, you can't keep him off the board for very long. And he wasn't off the board. He was getting the points. Points are points. Anyway, let's move on to the other NHL action last night. It was a pretty jam-packed night. I'm just going to cover a few, or I'll be here all day, and I got a lot of stuff I want to do on today. But anyway, we had Colorado at Boston. Boston won that 3-2. These are all close games, by the way. That's why I mentioned them. And then our feared opponents here that are divisional rivalries and still up to 2 points on the Detroit Red Wings. Montreal Canadiens moved into Vancouver and won that one 4-3. Man, that's a good team right there, them Canadiens. They got some moxie, baby. Anyway, bring us to the late game there. I had Carolina coming into my town, Dallas here. They're my secondary team. So I watched them. It was a close game, pretty nice game there. I also had that one on the monitor. 3-2 Stars. So that was it for tonight. Last night's coverage. Let's move on to next week, folks. And today, let's just go right into today's NHL stuff. Today, it's we got the NHL Network game. It's a pretty early one, 1 p.m. They want to go head to head against the NFL, I guess. Got Colorado at New Jersey, 1 o'clock Eastern NHL net. Then Vegas heads into Tampa Bay at 5 p.m. Eastern. Then my Dallas Stars in the second of the back-to-back here. They're on the road headed into Nashville. That's going to be at 7 o'clock Eastern. Go Stars. And then the late game heading into 10 p.m. Eastern slot. We got Edmonton moving into Vancouver, who also played last night. Anyway, that's going to be wrap it up for the today's NHL games. But let's move on for our Detroit Red Wings next week. It's a pivotal week for us, man. Coming up on Tuesday is the second of the back-to-back at St. Louis, first of 6 straight road games. After that, we move on into the difficult West Coast trip. This is what we got. This is a real quick. Thursday, we're going to be at the LA Kings. Friday, Halloween, we're in Anaheim facing the Ducks. Then we go to Sunday where we're at San Jose. And then on to the Tuesday of the following week, it's going to be at Vegas to wrap up that trip. 6 straight road games. We're on the road for a full week. Make or break, man. Like I said, our next home game after this trip is November 7th on that Friday. So we got a couple of days rest before we face off again. But what's November, folks? That's the U.S. Thanksgiving, and that's the point in the season that is a pretty indication of where you're going to end up at the end of the season. So it could be a pretty pivotal road trip. Let's see how we fare. We certainly don't want to give up any ground. I mean, people are gaining on us, and doesn't look like the Canadiens are going to let up off the gas either. But anyway, that's going to wrap this up for our this edition of SLS Sports NHL Red Wings update, episode number 4. Babio. Have a great day, everybody. Be kind, be nice, do something nice for somebody. Remember to always see the light and positivity in everything. Have a great day.